Okay, so today's kind of important. We're going to do this a couple times, right, as people go through to start to get a feel for what we mean by these RPE levels. A lot of people have no clue and don't pay any attention, so now we're going to give them nothing but a machine and some time. So first thing we're going to do, and it's set up so you can run it in double heats, right? It doesn't really matter what they're doing this on as long as they're doing it, right? So what we're going to do is you'll do 2 minutes at RPE 1, rest 2 minutes. Then we're going to hop on and do a minute at RPE 2. So I'll have to explain what RPE 2 is, both in the intro and right before they go, right? Rest 2 minutes, 1 minute RPE 3, rest 2 minutes, 1 minute RPE 4, rest 2 minutes, 30 seconds at a 5. That's an all-out effort to get there, but have them pay attention to how they feel, all right? Because we want to start learning so that we can apply this to the stuff we do day to day, right? It'll make their workouts a lot better if they start to understand where the 5 levels are and when they get into them. I watch people get into an RPE of 4 or 5 in the first 2 minutes of a 10-minute workout and then have to struggle to kind of bring it back. And that's a really counterproductive for what they're trying to do, regardless of what their goals are. So that's where we're starting this. Then we move on to last week of that wedge front squat. Remember, we're doing that double progression, 8 to 12, right? I kind of eliminated, to save some time, the first 2 reps because it was causing confusion anyway. So give them a few minutes to warm up to that, to whatever weight they used last time, and then do 3 sets, right? 3 sets on the 2. Remember, if they get to 12, they add weight. We've been doing this for a while. This will be the last week of this. Then we'll start something new next week. Then we go to Blood Meridian, another book. Haven't actually read this one. It's very similar to the Tampa Bay Games workout. If they're doing the Tampa Bay Games, they're going to have to alter some of this because the workouts are a little bit different for each level in a way that I can't. It's not just a scale. So yeah, keep that in mind. So we've got the cals on the row, which ascend based on level. And then we go 20 toes to bar. This should really be a 2-set thing max, right? We're trying to move relatively quickly through this. If we do this properly, we can stagger the heats, right? If somebody decides that they're going to do singles on toes to bar or pull-ups, right, it doesn't really work very well. So make sure they understand that. Make sure the cals are capped at 1.5 minutes so that we can start that next run right behind it. Easy peasy. Yeah. So then toes to bar, right? 2 sets, and then 10 slam ball squats, right? And then we walk down and back with them. It's just that easy. And the reason being is because that's what they have to walk it. They have to advance that each time 25 feet, and that will give us the same idea. And because we're not using any other equipment, we can move the boxes and get that done. We then go back to the rower or the bikes, and we do kipping pull-ups, and then more slam ball squats, and we walk it again, and then we go back to the row of the bike, and then we do chest to bar, right? Again, if you're doing the games, you're going to have to alter the level you're doing because everybody's just a little bit different in a way that can't always be scaled. So this should definitely be a conditioning limit. There's some muscle endurance when it comes to the 20s, pull-ups, toes to bar, but not massive, right? We're trying to get this done in about 10 minutes, but like most people aren't going to be able to do that. So we've extended the cap, and in which case, if you're not going to do that, you can push a little less and pace a little bit more. I'm a big fan of what we're going to do is use that, whether it's the bike or the rower, to recover a little bit on this one. So let's push on the inside stuff, or on the working stuff, and then try to recover back to where I can breathe and talk, right, on the rower or the bike, and then push again right there. So, because you can't push the whole time. And the tendency is for people to go way too freaking hard on the rower and then not be able to get it back. And that's what we need to, that's why we want to do it like this, right? So kind of give them some advice. Should be easy.